You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome to episode 232 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to a random episode of the show. It's Sean, your host, as always. I was supposed to do an episode this past Thursday. However, it's been a busy week, probably because it's Christmas time. Actually, I'm recording this Christmas afternoon, Saturday the 25th. It's just about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this should have been out, well, Thursday morning, obviously, just like regular. But things have been happening, and it's been crazy and hectic, and to be totally honest with all of you out there in podcast land, I've been completely depressed, which is kind of a new experience for me. I'm sure I've had depressive episodes in the past. However, I don't think it's ever been this bad. Actually, as I'm recording, maybe it's not as bad as it was during the past couple of weeks. You remember last time's episode, Woke But Exhausted? Listening back to it, it was like, wow, that's pretty horrible. It's pretty awful. Shouldn't have even recorded that episode, most likely. But there it was. You have it. You listened to it, or you didn't. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care anymore. What I'm going to be doing is doing a little bit of a switch up for the Soul Forge podcast. I might be taking a bit of a break. I'm not sure how that break is going to manifest itself. I might put out some repeat episodes with a little mini introduction at the beginning to explain what's happening, or I might just skip a few weeks, or I might go to an every second week format, and instead of coming out on Thursday, maybe it'll come out on Sunday, or maybe they'll just come out at random. Maybe there won't be any kind of specific schedule anymore. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is kind of uncharted territory for me. I have been podcasting almost without stop for 8 years, since the beginning of 2014 when I started the Rusted Robot podcast. Continued that for, well, almost a full 8 years, but up until April of this past year, or this year, or 2021, whatever. So there was that, and with all of that, there was also the Sci-Fi Waffle podcast that I co-hosted with Paul Wright, 2015 and 16. Then started up the Soul Forge in 2017. All while still doing Rusted Robot podcast. And now Paul and Dan and I are doing 2 podcasts. Cosmic Pizza podcast, which is just a general podcast about whatever. And the Epsilon 3 podcast, which is a Babylon 5 rewatch podcast. Luckily, Paul does the hosting and the editing for those 2 things. Big shout out to you, Paul. You rock. You do a great job. I don't have the mental bandwidth to be doing that right now. Hence, taking a break after 8 long years of podcasting. Pretty much, like I said, without stop. And I work harder at my podcasting than I do at my regular job. And I don't get paid for podcasting. There's no rewards whatsoever other than the pure fact of enjoyment. But I'm feeling kind of burnt out. So it's time to take a little bit of a break, a holiday. I'm not sure exactly what this is going to be, a hiatus. Maybe I'm going to keep putting out stuff. I don't know. It's so up in the air right now that sometimes I don't know whether I'm coming or I'm going. In fact, What's brought this all on? Well, there was that whole work kerfluffle debacle fiasco where I had 2 disciplinary meetings in the same week because I'm pretty much done. I don't want to be a mailman anymore. I hate the post office. It's exhausting. December at the post office is pretty much the worst. It's nonstop parcels and flyers, and the walking conditions are horrendous. Because it snows all the freaking time. We've had more snow this year so far than in the last couple of years combined, and I'm tired. I'm getting old, and I don't like it. In fact, this is the worst year for mailman Christmas gifts too. Normally, I get a good amount of stuff. This year, I got a few things, but hardly anything to speak of, and that's still a little bit discouraging. Not that I do this job for mailman gifts, but it's always a nice little bonus. And they were few and far between this year. So it's just everything. You know what? Here, let's play a promo for another podcast on the ESO network before we go on.
Star Trek is a vision.
Great storytelling.
My favorite TV show of all time.
I really love it, and it's so much fun.
Join our crew aboard Earth Station Trek for your regular podcast escape into the Trekverse.
Make it so.
Let's see what's out there.
Wait a minute. I thought we all agreed to say make it so.
No, let's go. It's fun.
But make it so is iconic. It's classic.
It's too iconic.
So we're all going to do Make It So?
No.
And there you go. Whatever that was, I hope you listened to it. Honestly, though, I really don't care at this point. I don't feel like I care about too much. And that's part of the problem. Because I'm just so bleh, and I don't like feeling like this way. I was talking to Heather about this, and she was my first guest on episode, I don't remember if it was 13 or 14, where she talked about anxiety and depression. And I always thought that depression was just, oh, you're sad, get over it. But no, you can't. You're feeling like you're stretched too thin, or you're trying to butter bread, but you don't have enough butter, and you have too much bread. Hence the name of this episode, the title card, too much butter, not enough bread, whatever, or whatever it was. I made it up there 4 or 5 days ago when I was actually going to record on the past Wednesday, but Christmas week is too crazy, too busy. There was no time. So whatever I called it, I could look it up on my phone, but I don't feel like it because I'm just talking. So what are some of the signs that I found out? Well, talking to Heather and realizing that she invited me over to hang out with her and her husband, and I've known them for about 15 years or so, and I wanted to go. I just didn't have the energy to do it, and that was the first sign. And I love reading my books, and I don't want to. I want to, but I don't have the energy to do it. And when I do read, there's no enjoyment. Everything tastes like cardboard, and it's pretty awful. So Merry Christmas, I guess, to me. I don't know. What else? Went and saw Spider-Man No Way Home there last week. And this past, what was it, Wednesday or Thursday, I went on Instagram and I saw a screenshot from the movie, and I used it as my cover photo on Facebook, not even realizing that what I had posted was a spoiler. And I am so anti-spoiler, I never want to give anything away. And there it was, I just totally gave it away without even thinking about it because I'm not in the right frame of mind. So yeah, that's lots of fun on my part. Oh boy, oh yeah. Actually, let's talk about some pop culture, because that seems to be the only thing I'm enjoying. Hawkeye on Disney Plus was fantastic. 6 episodes, I watched them all, and it was great. So I highly recommend that. Spider-Man No Way Home, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Was it a perfect movie? Just about. I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. Maybe it is. Cover your ears for the next 15 seconds if you don't want to hear this. But they had a lot of people back from the previous 2 Spider-Man series. At the end of the movie, Peter rents an apartment, and the only thing missing, the one thing that should have showed up, was Ursula, the crazy Russian lady from the first couple films. She wasn't in it, and she should have been, just for like a 30-second scene. It would have been amazing. But other than that, great movie. Highly recommend. Go watch it. Like I said in a previous episode, With The Witcher on Netflix, season 1 took me a year and a half to watch it, and season 2 just came out, and I finished all 8 episodes in like 2 days. So that was good. Just before I started recording today, I finished the 8th and final episode of season 1 of The Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. Awesome, amazing, love it. Is it like the books? I can't remember. I read them 20 years ago. Does it matter? No, it's a great, entertaining story, and I love it. What else? Is there any other pop culture that I wanted to bring up? I guess the 4th Matrix movie was out the other day. I don't know how it's doing. I haven't watched it. Probably won't go see it in the theater. I'll see it eventually. Don't care. What else? Like I said, I haven't been reading anything because I don't feel like it. What did I get for Christmas? Well, Julie got me all the Star Trek Hallmark ornaments from the last year and this year as well. So that's awesome. She wasn't going to because she thought it was a waste of money, but I've been collecting since 1993, so I had to, and she did. I wasn't going to, but she got them for me, so thanks, Julie. That's amazing. I got her a Ninja air fryer. I got her a bunch of Charmed Aroma jewelry candles and some kind of pyramid thing that's supposed to promote healing against electromagnetic devices like your phone and stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, it was pretty decent. Had fun. What else? Still selling things on Etsy. That makes me happy, I guess, or at least mildly content. I enjoy being a business operator, owner / whatever. What else is going on here? I thought there was more things that I wanted to talk about, but you know what? It's Christmas. Is anybody even going to download this on Christmas? I don't know. I'm going to try to edit it today so it comes out, but got plans later, so obviously I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow on Boxing Day. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. It'll be a surprise for me and for you out there in podcast land. Actually, I've been finding, too, that the download numbers for the episodes have been declining the last month or two. Is that because COVID and the restrictions and people don't listen as much? Or is it because you're all tired of me? I don't know what it is. I just do this to help people out and so that my son Bishop has something to listen to years later. Has it helped anybody? Maybe. Has it helped me? Perhaps. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. And honestly, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, either I'm taking a break or I'm not. I'm coming back soon or in a while. It'll be a surprise. Don't you love surprises? I love surprises. I'm sure there was other things I wanted to talk about. I didn't write any of it down. Thought I could keep it in my head. But I've been having a horrible memory lately too. And that's part of the depression, I think, as well. I think I'm starting to come out of it. I know I just needed to get through the Christmas holidays from work because it's awful. And, for every Christmas Eve at work in living memory, after walking all day, we would have to sit down to anywhere between 3 and 7 sets of flyers to collate for the next week. And this time, there were no flyers at all to come back to on Christmas Eve for the following week's prep. It was a miracle. It was amazing. It's never happened before. It's awesome. Here's Nimoy. Are you saying hi to the folks in podcast land, Nimoy? Yeah? Okay, good. Nimoy says hi to all of you out there. We've sold one of our puppies, the Golden Doodles. If you still want one, let me know. soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Other than that, all of you, take care. This is a shorter episode, but that's okay. So take care of yourselves. And remember, if you don't know how to... No. And remember, if you want to help, but you don't know what to do, just ask. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links. And don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.